It's working now. Just have to unmute yourself. What's up, Skizzy? Thank you for joining.
Show was good, bro.
Uh, I love the album, by the way. Let's see. So, I guess I'll start off first. How often would you say that you put songs in the vault, and what do you do with the music? Do you like to hang on to it and release it later, or repurpose it for something else?
Um, so yeah, I like to usually repurpose it as like the short answer.
Mm.
But there's been instances where I make. So the first question you asked was like how much, basically how much shit do I make? I make a ton of music and I release a small amount.
Okay.
Um, but I definitely repurpose shit a lot. You know, there's certain instances like on this record specifically where, for example, the song Motel was an idea that I came up with in like 2017, but I never actualized the idea. So it was like a hook idea that I came up with, and when Mikey and I got back together, we like just went through old ideas, and we just liked the idea, and there were no verses on it, you know.
Mm.
So I'll just do shit like that, where if I think an idea is strong but it doesn't fit with a certain project, I'll just save it for something else.
All right, cool, cool, cool. That's cool to hear. Let's see. So here, I'll ask a question for someone who sent me a question in DMs. They weren't able to make it. So
For sure.
they said, "Hey Skiz, love the album and was just curious what pushes you to continue to make music and what are some of your favorite influences? Love from Columbus, Ohio. Please come back to Columbus. We love you over here, Brody. Ha, take care."
Yeah. So I mean, what keeps me making music is it's a bunch of things. One is just I love making music. You know, it's therapeutic, and uh, for me, it's easier to talk about my feelings sometimes on a song than it is in person. Um, so I need to do it, but it's also like it's a symbiotic relationship between me and the fans. So honestly, the fans' reception keeps me going, keeps me motivated because this isn't just some shit that I do on my own. You know, like this is a symbiotic process. I need you guys, you guys need me. So when I get great responses from stuff, or even when I get negative responses from stuff, that keeps me going. Um, I just have like my ear to the streets, and like I made fun and problems as a response to free. Um, so
Yeah.
yeah, I think the fans keep me motivated, and I think the just like the love for music keep going.
All right, cool, cool. That's a good answer. I'll choose Silent Strike. And I sent you an invite, Silent Strike. You should be able to jump in
Also,
here.
the bro asked me like, what are some of my influences, by the way.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I just
My bad.
yeah, I fuck with like so many of the contemporary artists, man, and I fuck with I get a lot of influence from movies as well. So to answer that as well.
All right, cool, cool, cool. Nice.
Hey, what's up, bro? My question was about the track Chips Fall. Rumor has it that you worked with FaZe Pamaj on that track to some degree. If that's true, how did you two come to work together?
So we didn't work in person for the song, but he produced on it. I think he did. I'm not exactly sure what he did, but he definitely produced on the record. And the way that happened was actually he worked on it and then sent it to Mikey, so it wasn't like an in person thing. Um, but yeah, I've known Pamaj just through the internet for mad long, and he obviously like was a big supporter of me, really shit. Um, and he's just a homie, man. I'm glad that like we were able to link on music, which is crazy. But yeah, that was like some behind the scenes shit, honestly. And he like linked up with Mikey, brought that to fruition.
Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you.
And so, all right, so let's see. Move to audience. Okay. Um. Okay, Alex wants to ask a question.
Hey Skiz, I was just wondering, bro. I always hear fashion, like you name drop fashion brands and stuff. I was wondering, like, what influenced you, or who, or whatever, just influenced you, just throughout fashion and stuff.
Yeah, just like the people that I kick it with, people I looked up to growing up. I guess I think that's kind of everyone's style. Um, but just growing up in New York and having a being exposed to so many different worlds. You know, like I'm from Harlem, which is you know a neighborhood that's very rich in like Black history and music history and shit like that. And then I went to school on the Upper East Side, kids dress totally different. So I guess I kind of like took influences from both of those worlds, and I just rock what I like now, bro. I don't know. I don't really follow trends. Kind of go with whatever's cool and feels right.
All right, thanks, man. Also just wanted to say you're a big inspiration why I bought my first golden gooses. So, and that's all I have to say.
That's legendary. Thanks, bro. Appreciate it.
All right, sweet. Let's move back to audience. Okay, let's go to Enjoy. All right, you should be able to go in.
Hey Skiz, fucking big fucking fan. Been listening to you since day one. From Dallas, Texas, and I really appreciate the huge shout out in Texas on Eyes on the Road. And my question is, have you ever made an album or mixtape that you might have scrapped? And if so, will we be able to hear any of that music in the future?
Yeah, thanks for the support, bro. I appreciate it. There's never been like a whole project that I've scrapped. No, but like I said before, I repurposed. So there was a project that I was working on called "I'm Not Okay" that I ended up repurposing songs, if you will. But I never scrapped the project. Like if some shit's fire, I'm gonna put the songs out regardless.
For sure, man. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Appreciate you.
All right, cool. Dennis C, let's put you in.
Hey Skiz, I've been a huge fan since like 2013 when you dropped Phases, and been following through then. I just have one question. Do you think you would ever drop any of your albums on vinyl for us to to have? Because I have a huge vinyl player at in my basement, and would love to hear your unique sound on that.
Yeah, no doubt. Working on that with Red Balloon Project, and then maybe I'll do some more after that. But absolutely, dude, I've definitely thought about that.
Yeah, because I think it's so dope. Just like there's a different sound when you can listen to an artist on vinyl, and then also
What album? If you had to choose one, which album would you want? If it was one album I was gonna put on.
man, that's a hard question. I really fuck with this new album too. I love the sound of it. But I'm an original fan, so I would have to go like Phases. I know that's a mixtape, but I would just love to hear that on vinyl. My dad's like been a music head since like the 60s and 70s, and he has like all his Culture Club and like all these like Japanese vinyls that the sound just sound like immaculate. And would love to like put your work on top on that as well.
Sure, man. I'll work on it.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
It's cool. Yeah, yeah. An Alone Together vinyl would be awesome. Oh, someone asked, "What's up, Miles? Coffee or tea?"
Coffee.
Oh, someone asked, "What's your favorite song of your own?"
Maybe say Wrinkled Sheets. It's not the right answer. But, I mean, it's like every day it changes.
Yeah, no, I completely understand that because I mean, like you
Yeah,
make
it's a tough
so
one.
much music like every day.
Yeah,
So yeah, it's definitely hard to choose. I understand.
it's kind of like a mood thing. But yeah, let's say Wrinkled.
Yeah. I mean, I feel that with like some of your albums too. Like sometimes I just feel like in a certain mood to play like one of your albums over another.
Yeah, I mean, I'll put it this way: there's certain songs that I do revisit that I made, which is rare because once I put stuff out, I don't really listen to it much, if ever. So like, I like the song "Greedy" a lot.
Yeah, that's dope.
I like the song "Alcoholics." To name a few like that. I once in a while I'll come back to.
All right, that's cool. Nice. Oh, someone asked if you're planning on touring anytime soon.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I've always been a touring artist, and I fucking it's not like the album cycle is not complete unless I tour. So right now we're just trying to figure shit out, but absolutely.
Yeah, that's dope. I'm from Rhode Island, so like that would be cool for you to come like around that area. Let me see if Trip. Let me see if Trip can join in. All right.
Hey man, just want to let you know that I'm a really big fan. And I just want to ask you, how did it feel to have the early 2010 trickshotting scene like behind you, and how they used your music in major montages like FaZe, Soar, and Obey? And do you feel like that you have a special place in your heart for them?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I talked about this I think in the other one we did, but I didn't really at the time. I wasn't aware of the impact that that had on my music. Literally, I didn't know until like 2017, and then I realized that all those kids followed me. Like I know that sounds crazy, but I just wasn't hip to like Call of Duty community until like 2017. And then in 2017, I like talked to Banks. He was like, "Yo, I fuck with your shit so hard," and then I found out like all these kids fucked with my shit, and then I put it together like 5 years later. But I have a special place in my heart for the entire game community, dude. Just because like I recognize that I wouldn't have the fan base I have if it wasn't for those dudes putting my videos in their putting my songs in their videos. Um, so yeah, I'm fond of all those guys, dude. Pamaj, FaZe, fucking what's that dude's name? I don't even know, but all those dudes are sick.
Another quick question is, do you urge like artists that are coming up to stay independent rather than signing to major labels?
I mean, I think it's more nuanced. Like, I don't think there's one rule for everyone. I think definitely like it's a move to sign to a label for some people, and then other people it's a move to stand. It's really just, I don't think like labels are inherently bad. Nor do I think that being independent is inherently good. Like, ownership only means something if your music's selling. So you can own a lot of your music, and if it's not selling, then you're going to be broke. So, I mean, I just think there's, it's a case by case situation.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, 100%. By the way, the other guy I fuck with is Nate. Shots.
All right, that was cool. Nice. Oh, Magma, they want to talk. They got the Are You Okay profile pic. Nice.
Hello?
Think we can hear you.
Oh, hey guys, big fan. My question is, do you have any music with other artists like Stevan, Spencer, or like K Tronada, or any other artists in general? Do you have any features or work coming out?
Yeah, not K Tronada. Why'd you ask K Tronada? Was there a reason?
No, just wondering.
Oh, I fuck with him heavy. I just was wondering if like you heard something. But yeah, I actually have some shit with Current Blue.
Oh,
And yeah, I just like this album was a really personal album, and it ended up just being something that Mike and I did together. But it wasn't necessarily planned that way. It just like the way I normally make projects is I record the entire project, and then afterwards I kind of assess with my team, who I can hear on certain songs, and then we try to get that person on the song. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. And we did that with this album, but it just like at the end of the process, it just felt complete. So, but the funny thing is like the next project, I'll probably counterbalance it with a bunch of features just because I really do love like collaborating with people. And there's a ton of new artists that I want to work with.
that's awesome. And you said you work with your team on that. You worked with your team on the album? Could you maybe elaborate? I never knew
Yeah,
that.
like I work with I have a small team. Yeah, just, I mean, my team being, this album being Michael Keenan, the manager.
Oh, okay.
That's pretty much it. Yeah.
Right.
And I just assess with them kind of, like I'll finish songs and then I'll be like, man, decide what sounds good with 24 karat golden on it per se, you know? But this album, yeah, it just felt like a really personal thing. But next album will definitely have some features.
All right. Thanks for the album. Thanks for answering the questions.
Appreciate
Dope. I'm gonna ask another question from someone. They said, "Love the album. Michael Keenan executive produced this one, and it sounds incredible. What's your process working on an album with Michael versus other producers? Also, I default on my student loans to get Pace on vinyl."
I mean, I've never made an album with anyone else, so I wouldn't. There's nothing to really compare it to. But the way we make albums, just it's just kind of intuitive. I don't know, like the way we make songs is very back and forth. He'll do something, I'll do something, he'll do something, I'll do something, and then we just kind of build it. There's not necessarily one process, but it just kind of always figures itself out as we're making the project.
Well, also like, I mean, Phases and like, I Can't Take Me Anywhere and Free Skizzy Mars. They had people other than Keenan, right?
Yeah,
So is
yeah,
that like a different process?
yeah. I mean, so obviously, like making a project in person is different. Just because, like, what was cool about this project and Mikey doing absolutely everything was he was able to make it really cohesive. He did a fantastic job, just like
Yeah.
making the project front to back an easy listen. And I think other projects where you have a lot more diversity of producers, it may not be as smooth of a listen. and it feels kind of more like a mixtape in many ways. Like to me, like Free Skiz was like less of an experience than this album. So I guess
Yeah.
that's one of the benefits of like working with one person is just like you can completely like mold the experience, you know?
Yeah, I understand that. Yeah, because I felt like Alone Together was like a concept album in a way.
Yeah, it
Just
was. It
about like
was.
going through
And the
love.
thing with
Yeah.
Mikey was a part of that though. He had a hand in almost every song. He didn't like fully produce every song, but everything was like came through him. So you were able to like tie it all together.
Yeah. All right, cool. Let's see. Oh, someone asked what the Weekend Millionaires intro was from. Never thought about that.
I'm not sure, dude. I think it's we had one of the homies record a fake voicemail. I don't remember.
Okay. Nice. That's cool. Um, this one's like kind of like a comment, like a mix of a comment and like a question, like a mini question. They said, first off, I wanted to say this album is some of your best work yet. I love how the production really brought it back to the Pace era, and it brought me back to those 2014 beachy vibes that made me become a fan of yours. My question's kind of random, but I'm pretty sure me and my girlfriend at the time saw you on the subway in Manhattan back in the summer of 2019. We weren't sure if it was you, but I guess I just wanted to know if you still lived in New York and ride the subway regularly like a normal dude.
I take the subway sometimes now, but I wasn't living in New York in 2019.
Okay, nice. Um, and then they also said, anyway, keep doing you. Proud of your work, man. You continue to impress me. Also, Chips Fall is one of your best releases ever, in my opinion.
Shit it.
That was KVM. That was the person that wasn't able to speak earlier.
Got you.
So, oh, huh. Someone asked they enjoyed the Preelo collab album. Any chances of getting a collab album with Marc E Bassy?
Who knows what the future holds, but I fuck with bass heavy.
Nice. All right. I accepted the request.
Yo, does it work?
Yeah, it works.
Okay. You hit a lot of emotions for I don't know many people in this album. What are some of like your advice uh with people who are going like through emotions like you're saying in the album?
I guess that's kind of an open-ended question. It depends. A lot of stuff I talk about on the album, but I think that one of the reasons I try to just like talk about what I'm going through at a very transparent level is because I think that there's a lot of power in someone connecting to what I'm saying and identifying. So I know the power of like, hearing someone put my feelings into words that I couldn't otherwise articulate in a song. Because that happened to me when I was in high school and I heard like Cuddy or whoever it may be. And I was like, man, that's how I feel. And they just put it into words. So I try to always just like talk about how I feel in the hopes that like I don't necessarily offer a solution to the problem, but like I think the power of it is just like, oh, I felt that way too. Hearing a rapper you listen to talk about feelings you felt. So I kind of try to keep it to that.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's because you hit so much of my, I guess, emotions in this album. You have hit out emotions like in past albums, but this one is like top of the line, you know?
Yeah, that's dope to hear. I think whenever you talk about like feelings and you keep it honest, you can't go wrong.
Yeah. And I thank you for that.
All right, cool. Let's see. Someone asked, what media, songs, movies, TV, etc., were you consuming when you made the album? Basically, what were your inspirations for the album?
Just a million different things. Like I couldn't even tell you. Like I watch a ton of shit. So I listen to everything, like everything, in every genre. And I watch a lot of movies. I watch English language movies and a lot. I was watching a lot of foreign shit, I guess last year. But yeah, the album was really inspired by my experiences though. So it wasn't even that inspired by like movies or outside shit. It was more just by the shit that I got into with my friends and in from like 2013, actually like 2012 to like 2017. That's what the album's about. So I just drew up all like firsthand experience.
All right, nice. All right. Someone just DM'd me a question. They said, joined a little late, so apologies if this has been asked. But what's the best album you've heard in the past year?
Yeah, I don't know what my favorite album of the last year has been. But I listen to a lot of stuff, so it kind of just so much stuff comes out. But yesterday even a bunch of shit came out, or today actually. Um, that I was vibing with earlier. I really like the Tyler album. Production quality is really high, and I like the Kyle single. I listened to like Kings of Convenience dropped an album last week or 2 weeks ago that's really really good. Um, yeah, there's just a million. There's just so much music that it's sort of hard to recollect.
Um, I said, Miles, love the new album. Is there any advice you can give me for starting a brand and finding yourself in music?
Advice. Again, it really like it's hard to give general advice, but um, some of the things that I've learned that are really valuable are like having a really strong team, people behind that trust in the vision and work hard. I think like any legit sort of artist you're seeing having success has a dope team behind them. And then I'd also say just like it sounds cliche, but just trusting in yourself and believing in your vision. I know that's like really cliche, but it's like the only thing that has provided me longevity in this shit.
All right, cool, cool. Here I can invite Kiana. Let's see. Should be able to talk.
Can you?
Yeah.
Okay. Hi, Skiz. I like love this album so much. So I just wanted to ask. I always say that your music, your albums make me feel the way that it feels like when you're falling in love, just like experiencing all those intense emotions. I wanted to know, like, what do you think allows you to kind of create that connection so well with your fans?
I just think like the shit I've gone through, and then my ability to put it into words. Like I said before, I think I get the sense that people connect with the people that really connect on like a visceral level with my music. They do it because they, like you said, I'm able to put things into words that they felt, and there's like a lot of power in that because I've experienced it myself, as a fan. So I think the older I've gotten and like the more I guess work I've done on myself, the more I've learned about myself, the more honest I've been able to get with. Like when I made phases and shit like that, I was honest. I was talking about where I was at the time, but I wasn't mature enough to like really be honest with myself. So therefore, I wasn't able to really be honest in the music. The older I've gotten, the more in touch with my feelings I've gotten, and that's why you hear me talk about it more.
All right, cool. Let's see. Let's get Flying Lions in here. Should be able to speak.
Wait,
What's
yo,
up,
can you hear
dude?
me?
Yeah.
Yo, what's up, Skizzy? I've been a big fan since around 2013, and I'm pretty superstitious, so I was just wondering what your favorite number is.
11. I mean, I played with that was like my number in sports. I'll say 11.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Kylebs221, you can join. All right, what's up, dude?
Hear me?
Yep, you can hear.
Yo. Wait 1 second. It's mad quiet. Okay.
It's all good.
No, I don't really have a question, but was just gonna say, Skizzy, like, being a black kid, growing up in New York City, like coming up in the private school system, like I just feel like I've been relating to everything you've ever wrote, bro, and like definitely been the most influential artist in my life. So I just want to shout you out, like let you know I appreciate you. Um, a lot of the shit that you rap about is shit that like I was also living, just surrounded by all these kids, like just crazy nights in the city, doing shit that you can't really afford, but you're just, I don't know, just having a foot in two different worlds. And so just want to shout you out for that. Appreciate you. Definitely inspired me.
Thanks, bro. Where'd you go to school?
I went to town school for a minute and
Nowhere.
then I went to Horseman. But I knew like my brother was like kind of tight with Jesse Ross. Like, I had met you a couple times. Like,
Yeah, that's what's up, dude.
yeah. So
Yeah, I'm
appreciate.
glad you can relate to that. Yeah, that's a really like poignant, relation to what I'm talking about. Like, you could really understand it. So it's awesome, dude. Thank you for that.
Yeah, that was great. Nice. Oh, someone asked if you were working with Garrett for merch again.
Not this run, but in the future for sure.
All right, cool. Um, let's see. We can probably get a few more questions in. Let's see. Enjoy. You can hop in.
Hey, are you gonna be working with Devon Baldwin or Phoebe Ryan or Lace possibly in the future? Or if you don't have any plans, would you just want to work with them in the future?
Sure. It's always hard to predict the future, but I'm on good terms with all of them. They're all dope. Maybe.
Also, one more thing. If you haven't been paying attention to Logic's streams on Twitch lately, somebody requested a question and he said that he would love to work with you again. I mean, not again, but just like kind of like keeping in touch with you in a way. But he wanted to make a song with you essentially. I don't know if anybody's like mentioned that to you at all.
No, nobody mentioned that, but that's awesome. We got to do that shit. I'm a big Logic fan, and he's just one of the most solid people I've met in this entire industry. Like since I met him in 2013, he's just been solid. No matter like the success he's experienced, he's just a solid ass dude. So, and he's a dope artist. So I didn't know that, but I'll reach out to him.
For sure. I think that would be one of the best collabs of 2020, 2022, 2021, whatever.
For sure, maybe we'll make it happen, bro.
Nice. Yeah, I was actually thinking about that. Like, if you were ever gonna collab with the Logic. So yeah, because I know you guys were like, are like pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a little weird that we haven't, but it's just kind of like one of those things where we never did, and then next thing you know, it's 2021. But thanks for letting me know that shit, bro.
For sure, man.
All right, cool. That was a good question then. Good to bring it up to him. Let's see. So let's just do one more now. Oh, okay. Someone said, with your eyes on the road, what's the next stop? So what are you planning on, like in the future now? Now that you got the album out.
Make another one. That's what I do. Just fucking. I'm ready. I'm already working on new stuff, and like we said earlier, we'll definitely tour at some point soon. Um, and yeah, it's just the life of an artist, is just I guess continuing to create. Um, one of the things I want to do is release more individual singles that aren't attached to a project. So expect that in the future, near future. But yeah, just like more, just working on more stuff, kind of just like also living life. So I have experience to write about. Um, but yeah, like I've been really overwhelmed by the response to this project. It put a lot into it. So did Mikey, and the response has been great. So it's definitely like motivating me to continue to expand on the sound.
All right, cool. Just to close up the Q&A now, I just want to thank you for coming, and I just appreciate you're a really humble dude, and all your fans really appreciate you just interacting with your fans a lot and just like answering questions, and it's just nice to have this like deep connection with the artist that you don't really get much from other people. So yeah, thanks for coming, dude.
Yeah, thanks for setting it up. Thanks for the questions.
All right, peace. Have a good night, man.
No doubt. Bump that album. Peace.